Hey folks, welcome back. Time for a new episode. Today we are going to look at Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer was developed by Software Creations, published by Arcade Systems, and was released in 1990. Silver Surfer is an interesting game. It's not horrible, but it's not great. A lot of people found this game to be really, really bad, for a couple of things, which I can understand, but at the same time, other games did the same thing Silver Surfer does, and they weren't received nearly as poorly. In Silver Surfer, we play as Silver Surfer. How about that? And it's a side-scrolling / overhead shooter. We have different stages, and each stage is divided up into sections. At the end of every section, we have a mini-boss that we as the Silver Surfer must destroy while avoiding other enemies. And there is only one time where the screen actually stops scrolling, and that is the third and final section of a stage where we encounter a supervillain from the comic book series who is the boss of the stage. The supervillains included in the game are Reptile, Mephisto, Possessor, Firelord, and Doric 7, the Skrull Emperor, or Doric the 7th. However, I've seen it and heard it said both ways, but I think it's Doric the 7th. Anyway, after the first set of levels is complete, Galactus appears and sends Silver Surfer on a final mission to the Magic Domain to collect a cosmic device from a villain whose identity is less clear. Despite previous claims, the final boss is actually a giant purple being with a handgun, and he does not appear to have been in any of the comic books. Although, an image near the boss's health bar suggests that the main antagonist is the villain Mr. Sinister. Once Silver Surfer defeats him, the rest of the cosmic device is his, and he tells Galactus that no one must have access to it and hides it for safekeeping. The game has a password system that will give you some upgrades, such as invincibility. It has cutscenes between the levels to move the storyline ahead, and we can pick the levels in any order we want, similar to Mega Man. However, you do not gain different abilities for completing a level, so there's no real benefit to doing one over another. The game also features 2 additional quests, first of which you unlock by entering a password that you get upon completing the Magic Domain mission. Silver Surfer shoots silver pellets. Yep. You can collect little spheres that will basically be your options, which shoot additional pellets. By pressing the B button, you can move these spheres from shoot forward, sideways, or backwards. And that will help you out a bit, as a Silver Surfer can only face forward and fire forward. There are 2 power-ups in the game. Collecting squares with an F gradually makes your shots stronger. Up to 5 can be collected before they give you bonus points, and B will give you a stock of some screen clearing bombs that you use with the select button. When all lives are lost, or excuse me, when a life is lost, all your power-ups must be reobtained. The game was mixed. It's a decent side-scrolling shooter. I'm not going to say it's not, but it does have its flaws. However, the music is very good. The story's a little goofy, but it's a side-scrolling shooter. You're not playing it for the story. The music is very good, as I said. What made it receive some poor reviews is a lot like games like Gradius and Life Force and things like that. One hit, you're dead. Now that's not too bad. Again, it's fairly standard that will happen. But the problem here is you can run into things that will kill you that don't look like they should. Some floors, some walls don't look like they would kill you. Some things look like you should be able to fly over them, and you can't, and you will hit them and die. It's really a design issue that, you know, it didn't have to be that way, but it is, and there's not much you can do about it. Should be said, though, that for the few X-Men based games on the NES, this is probably one of the more fun ones. I don't want to say it's one of the better ones because they were all pretty bad. But this one was fairly fun. I'd played it in the past and didn't really enjoy it much. But coming back to it for the review, I did. A little more, anyway. This, on a scale of 1 to 10, gets an average of about 5.2. I would probably myself give it a 6. If you're looking, if you're a shooting fan, you know, if you're if you're a fan of vertical scrolling, side-scrolling shooters, you should give it a try. It's really not too terrible once you kind of get an idea.